All right, let's talk about creatine. Creatine's not just for your time in the gym or after your time in the gym. Creatine's good for a lot of things. Here's what it's good for. It can boost energy in your muscles. It can regenerate ATP, and it's especially good for high intensity efforts. In 2021, there was a meta-analysis in sports medicine showed 3 to 5 grams of creatine per day increased muscle strength and muscle growth by about 10 to 15%. And this was especially profound in people who were weight training, of course. What's cool is that even in older people, they showed these gains, and even more so, especially when they were dealing with age-related muscle loss. So here's what's also cool. Creatine not only is good for muscles, it's good for the brain. Interestingly, your brain burns about 20% of your whole body's ATP. And what we've learned is that creatine monohydrate ramps up phosphocreatine stores, and those are essential for ATP production. There was a 2008 study in Neuropsychology Review, and what that showed was 5 grams of creatine every day improved working memory and processing speed by about 10 to 15% in healthy adults who were under mental fatigue. Also, vegetarians, they often have a lower baseline creatine because of their diet. There was an interesting 6-week trial in the British Journal of Nutrition, and that showed that creatine boosted their verbal recall by 15%. So, it's useful in workouts, in post-recovery, in muscle growth, muscle strength, and in the brains in adults. Here's an interesting thing. It's also useful in kids. Some kids are born with inborn errors of metabolism where creatine cannot be properly utilized. There was a 2014 case study in the journal Pediatrics, and that showed a 4-year-old boy with severe language delay who showed significant improvement after about 9 months of creatine supplementation. There was an improvement in his vocabulary and social interactions. There was another trial in Molecular Genetics and Metabolism Journal where they gave 5 kids with another kind of an inborn creatine metabolism error 4 to 8 grams of creatine per day. And all of these kids showed improvement in speech and cognitive scores within about a year, and some of them actually got back to their age-appropriate milestones. So you can imagine the impact that this had on the family. So creatine, not just necessarily useful for the gym bros, but it's useful for people who are working on mental clarity and even kids who have some delays. Did you know that creatine had all of these uses? I bet you knew about the muscle uses of creatine, but maybe perhaps like me, you were surprised by the cognitive benefits. Is there anything that you're doing to improve your cognition? Are you using creatine, and how so? If so, let us know by dropping a comment below.